Hey guys, welcome everybody. How are you doing? I see people coming in. I just want to make sure my audio is also okay. All right, yeah, I think we're good. How are you guys? How are you doing? Exciting day to trade. I'm just scalping a little bit over here. Thomas, how are you? Before we get started, guys, remember what I'm going to show you is still only the way I approach the markets and engage with trades and setups. As it's not meant to be any buy or sell signal on any instrument, on any asset. Just be responsible for your own trading, and hopefully you can apply some of the concepts to your own situations. Joseph, welcome. Rohan, Packet, Natapong. Hello, guys. Glad to have you, and good to see new names over here. Saul that, Alex, Reynaldo. I guess you're, with one eye over the YouTube stream and another eye into the charts because there's a lot of movement, and we're just going to explore a little bit what happened here. But let me share my screen a little bit. We had this. Where's my charts over here, right? So there's been was a CPI, I believe. So came. I haven't checked the numbers, but you can see the reaction over here. So you can see the dollar weakening. I guess this is a dollar movement. So expecting less interest rate hikes, and that decreasing the demand into USD. And we're gonna talk today about executing or scalping the 1 minute chart. But I'll need to give you a series of rules. Just before going to that, let me just tell you what I've been doing here. Just before the session started, some of my take profits were taking. So after having the reaction and then the continuation, I'm just waiting for pullbacks. You can see all these pullbacks to go long. As I expect, we don't have on the dailies nothing but hide this up until those levels. Let me mark them a little bit. Let's try to find them on a lower time frame, and then I'll walk you through some of the rules that you can apply before start trading on the 1 minute chart. So we're trading down here. I don't see a lot of resistance over here, so I expect a stop of this movement probably those levels, and after that above, in the upper resistance area. So we have that one. That's the high part of the supply area. So we have one supply area over here, one supply area over here, but we're trading right now at the gray line. So I expect from this news movement we have space to run all the way to that line, to the purple line. So we have 30 pips to go. With that, I want to keep my bias on the lower, on the bullish side. So any pullback, I want to be adding into the long position because I think we have the potential to go all over that first purple line. Okay, I didn't see a lot of resistance. In any case, that resistance will give us those pullbacks I'm looking for before adding into the long side. So we've breaking last pivot. This is we're kind of breaking and following through. That's nice price action. I like that price action. That gives me kind of a confirmation of the break, not just a fake out. So that gives me a fresh buying area. So now any pullback towards that area, I want to be buying. So let's wait. And this so the setup in this case is just any continuation pattern. Okay, pullback, breakout, whatever it's going to be, with continuation, because from this strong reaction and the continuation, I want to be aligned with that that bias. So let's keep it a minute, and then if we scan the rest of the pairs, we can see a very similar movement, a lot of across all the pairs. So I'll just stick to Euro USD, but we could be trading something similar across today specifically, across all pairs. What's the win strategy of you? What's the win percent of your strategy? So when I'm scalping, I need to keep very high win rate. I try to keep that above the 75% win rate, because I'm working with a break even or negative risk reward ratio. So this approach to trading allows me to keep a very high win rate, and that's how I stay in the profitability. So this is Euro USD specifically. Okay. So let's wait for a pullback. Let's go on 5-minute charges. Okay. Yeah, we're good. We just need a little pullback, and we can start adding. And then I would like to discuss. I know sometimes going into the 1-minute charts might be an appealing thing to do, but it actually comes with a lot of challenges. So I'll try to give you some tips on how to overcome those challenges. Okay, so just while we wait for the pullback that is not coming. When we trade Euro USD, I'm sorry, when we trade the 1-minute chart, and we're attempting to scalp, we're going to be attempting to do a lot of trades. Okay, we're going to be very active in the market, and that's something you can see. Even in my performance. If we take last month of activity, okay, you see. By the way, this is this is my trading room account. Okay, so I don't really trade it every month. I trade it only during trading room days. Okay, so I don't trade it every day. I trade it like once a week. But you can see the impact that, in this case, commissions have in my performance. Okay, where are the commissions? Okay, so from an almost 1,000 profit, made, I paid a third of that. Okay, 30% was consumed by commissions. So and I ended up, making 30% less just because of the commissions, and that's because I'm being very, very active in the market, and when we try to apply a certain trading system in the market, we need to take into account the commission side, the commission part of the trading, because it's going to be a very important part of your trading activity. And if we don't take that into account, the commissions will just end up eating all our profits. So when we trade, when we're trading like long-term strategies or long-term setups, we're less active in the market. We're taking fewer trades, and the commissions are less relevant to our in our activity. So make sure that you are aware of that, because the more clicks you buy on the 1-minute chart, the more commissions you're paying, and that will harm your performance. Okay, so that's something to take into account, and that's one of the most challenging things when trading. The scalping the 1-minute chart, 5-minute chart, but scalping, being very active, is the commission. Second is the ability to make decisions quickly and fast reaction. Okay, we need to develop and practice certain skills. One of them is the pattern recognition skill. Okay, when I approach the market, to understand what is the market doing in that trading session, and to adapt what we're going to attempt to do into what's happening in the market in that day. Okay, so that's very important. And I'll go into the questions just in a second, guys. I just want to wait for the pullback deep enough so I can trade a little bit. So pattern recognition is key. Okay, so to what we're going to attempt in the market. So today, for example, that we have that breakout to the upside, I recognize that, and then we want to recognize the real time if we are compressing, breaking up, or breaking out of certain limits, or Quasimodos or double tops, or whatever it's that you trade, to have that ability to understand those patterns as they are forming real time in the 1 minute chart. Okay, so that's number two. Number three would be the risk management. The fact that if you're gonna be very active, you need to have that ability to manage risk and manage different positions. So what I do is usually breaking my my trading activity into setups. Okay, my trading areas into setups. So, for example, in this specific market, I'm attempting to enter. I'm just not having that pullbacks to allow me to trade. Is where's my trading area and where's that setup invalidated? Okay, so for me, for example, my full loss, or my the place where my trading area would be valid is above that line. Okay, you can see there was trading price action back here. As long as I'm above that price action, I want to keep buying. Okay, now inside that area, I have different valid entry points that I'm going to try to take advantage of. But if price breaks below that level, all that space, all that area is kind of a gap. Okay, there was such a strong movement to the upside that it's almost a gap. So if we come back again towards that level, and now we break it to the downside, we most likely have a similar movement to the downside. Okay, we'll end up breaking down all the way to those lows. That's what if I commit into any trade, I want to make sure my stop losses, and there's a question related to stop losses, my stop loss will be there. Okay, so in this case, we're 50 pips away of my stop loss line, which is far. Okay, that's what I wanna wait for a pullback before committing into any trade. So that's related to the risk management. And lastly would be the bias. Okay, that I'll get into that. I'm just probably having this. We're probably having the pullback, so I want to wait 1 second before. Just not pulling back, huh? I cannot buy it right now because I would be buying at the very, very at the highest point. And we always heard that we need to buy low, sell high, correct? So right now I'll be buying at the very high, the very top. So I don't want to be doing that. That's why I'm waiting for a certain pullback to allow me to place a trade, but it's just not pulling back. Okay, I think we have time. So the bias needs to be defined from the a larger time frame. Myself, I set my bias based on the dailies. Okay, so analyze what's going on in the dailies, and we were discussing weeks ago that from, I believe that was this candle right here, that was the NFP 2 weeks ago. We kind of attempt to turn this bearish market into, we're trying to reverse, okay, to turn. And I was expecting a confirmation, kind of what we're having today, to finally tell me, okay, we're pulling back, and we're buying this area, and we're buying the pullback. And seems like today is the confirmation that we finally turned. So in my case, I get my, in my case, I get my bias from the dailies, and then I set my levels on from the hourlies. I just show you this, these levels, the lines we drew are based on the hourlies, the areas where I want to be, looking to buy or looking to sell, or in between. And then I look for a setup on the 5-minute chart, and then I execute on the 1-minute chart. So we spoke about the challenges, okay, the activity of paying the commissions, the risk management, and now we're exploring the the bias that I get, and I wanna try to be aligned in the setup I'm looking on the 5-minute chart. On the 1-minute chart, I want to get aligned with the when the bias. In this case, is a bullish one. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm trying to build into a position. So I'll just, okay, that's kind of that might be the pullback I was looking for. I wanna slowly build the trade, and I start small, and once I get into trading, into small buying areas, I will start, going heavier into my trade. Okay, right now it's trying to turn, that week on the previous candle, that was a tick in the market. So it's a tick resistance. So the market tests that, and from there might react like it did right now, or might break. Okay, so I'm trying to get the breakout. Let's see if we can. Yeah, that's a second test. It's kind of a, if we learn the tick chart, I'll show you. You will see those are like resistance on the tick charts. So we need to create a break, okay, to establish a breakout of those tick resistance, and then most likely we'll have some continuation. Okay, one thing I don't want to see now is the market just suddenly picking momentum against me. So I have no problem with the market like pulling back. I just want to make sure it doesn't change from a pullback and then a continuation into a reversal. Okay, so that's what I'm reading price action and how it behaves. We're back again into that the resistance, the tick resistance. Let's see if we can break that level. If for some reason I start losing confidence in this trade, I can peel out one of the trades, probably that one when I was at break even. I can take it off just to decrease exposure. But as long as I'm small, and that's why I do this, I don't start very heavy. I have no problem, allowing the trade to develop. Okay, so we're getting into the potential buying area. I want to read price action. I want to see what happens here when the price approaches those areas, to see if I want to add into the position or if I want to hold. Right now, it's trying to establish like a pivot point and trying to turn. Let's see if we can establish the turn, and I'll place that take profit below the resistance, because we haven't been we tested 1, 2, 3, 4 times and we weren't able to break. So now I want to that last trade I placed, I want its take profit to be right at the resistance, so I can bank profit without the market having to break the resistance area. So if it's going to turn, should turn soon. Otherwise, we might see a continuation to the downside. So let's see if we can establish that. Okay, come on. Okay, you see how it's trying to go up and then reject it. Okay, I pay attention to that. Now it should go now and test 1, 2, 3, 4 resistance. So let's see. Okay. Now let's see if we can break now that resistance. Now, if I was heavier, I could peel that first entry. I could peel it right now, because we're at that resistance that would be struggling to break. I could peel it off, at break even right now, and leaving maybe just the bottom one to run. Let's see what happens with this one. But I'm back to 2 positions. I'm fine. I'm fine holding it, because now if we do break 1, 2, 3, 4, that should be some continuation to the upside, and we should be taking those targets. And now, just in case it breaks and breaks high, and I'm expecting this current movement, the overall movement, to go all the way to the purple line, let's see if we can, instead of taking profits at the scalping target, which is there. Wait, let me make some order. I can try to swing that one. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, that's unexpected movement. I'll need to deal with that in a second. Because now this is information I didn't have before. Okay, and this is information I need to take into account. I said, okay, if we break 1, 2, 3, 4, we're going to have some follow through. Now it seems like there's something creating this candle. This is a strange candle. I don't know if there's news or something. That's an unusual candle. So I just want to make sure. Okay, sorry guys. Let's see the chats. So gold was good for buying. Yeah, I took a long position on gold just before the down here, but I took profits. I didn't hold it till today's news, so I took profits. I took like that impulse over there. Now this candle, I wish it wasn't there, because now that creates a new resistance. Now I need to consider taking profits at that level, just because of that strong reaction. Let's see what happens if we can manage to break that now. Okay, there we go. So we have this scalping target, which is previous highs, and we have the swing targets, which would be based on larger time frames. In this case, we said it's the purple line. On days like today, sometimes makes sense, trying to swing and not scalp. But that's that's something you always know backwards. Okay, once you trade it, you close the trade. If I have held those buys I took over here, I would be in a much larger win. But you never know when is that impulse going to end, and when that breakout would finally turn into a fake out, and the market will, I don't know, probably start ranging or something like that. So just for the exercise, we'll try in any other day I will be taking profits right now. Let's see if we can make something out of specifically today, that we have a lot of direction in the market. Okay, let's see if we can establish a breakout of previous high, and then a continuation. Okay. Fernando, is your strategy based on smart money concepts? Don't get me wrong, but when I started trading, there wasn't a concept called smart money concepts. So I trade based on supply and demand principles. Areas where buyers and sellers were interested in buying and selling, and I try to align my trading to that. Not sure what smart money concepts are. Okay, I know I hear that a lot, and I see it's very trendy these days. And probably what I do is goes into that category, but I'm not super familiar with smart money concepts as they are, explained out there in social channels. Mo, I'm trading similar to you with supply and demand in extreme areas on a 5K high stakes challenge. Almost hit my daily loss limits because I went too heavy, so I cut the losses and stopped. That's well done. I was tight on the direction, but too heavy. I would go Latin to the next day. That's a great insight. The fact that you learn from that experience, and you understood you need to decrease risk. Well done for you. Okay, everyone. This is a live fund account. Yeah, this is a live account. Any know why the hell he sold there? I don't know if that's to me. I haven't sold. I've been buying. Frederick in Spanish, yeah. I don't think we have enough audience in Spanish to these streams, but if there will, I'll be happy to do it. So SMC strategy buy. He was late to wait entry for scalping. Gold was good for buying, but now you can watch opportunities for entry and same scalping. Okay. Rohan, how much time you hold a trade? That's a great question. Okay, because I don't look at time when holding my trades. I look at levels. So sometimes price, I'm looking for price to go from certain level to certain level. Sometimes it will cover that distance in 30 seconds and I'll close the trade. And sometimes it will cover it in 10 minutes or 1 hour. Okay. So I just look at levels and price and not at time. So it's a good question. Okay, now you see the risk I'm doing now. I'm taking time risk. Okay, the fact that I'm not taking profit, I'm risking my unrealized profit in order to get 9 pips more than what is today. Okay, so I'm risking now $60 in order to gain $90 more. Okay, so I'm taking like a good risk reward ratio trade if I was taking profits right now. Okay, but the other thing I could be doing is taking profits, and then if I read price action and see how price is approaching the resistance area, then trying to catch the breakout. Okay, the next setup, the next trade opportunity, instead of risking my unrealized P&L in order to achieve a swing target, because I'm also holding my trade longer. These are 1 minute chart, but sometimes if these were 1 hour charts or 1 daily charts, you're in front of the chart longer than you should. Okay, now you can see last time the price broke to the upside, like down back here, it just came strongly. It was a strong candle, and then the breakout. And now the way we're approaching the resistance, we have a lot of tail activity on the top part. Okay, we're not having these strong bullish candles anymore. Okay, so not sure if we're going to have that breakout. So that's why most times I scalp. Okay, I take profits, I bank that money, and if any case, I reopen the trade. Now let's see if this is the candle of the breakout. If it does, let's see. The breakout needs to happen right now. Okay, this would be the breakout candle. Okay, 1. Now I want to see continuation. That would be like my confirmation. Okay, or the market staying there, but not pulling back. Come on. struggling to move up. Let's just trail it. Let's see. Now I'm risking that in order to gain another 4, 5 pips. So now they're, I'll just take it. I don't care. Because now I was risking all my unrealized in order to just win 5 more pips. Okay, so that's why I took profits. So now wait. If it goes in my favor, that's great. I'm not regret. You know why? Because if it goes to the purple line, most likely it will find resistance. It will give me a pullback, and I'll be able to buy again. Okay, so I don't care if I compromise that 5 pip. I gave up on my 5 pips that I was looking for, because I will re-enter the market. On the other hand, if it turns back right now, at least I banked profit already. Okay, so always good to take profit. Don't use stop loss as required in bootcamp challenge. Yeah. No, I don't. Like usually I do. I work with a mental stop loss, and then once I know where do I want to set my stop loss, but like hard stopped, then I place it. But I start working with mental stops. Let's say you draw on. How long or how much loss before you will close a trade in drawdown? Guys, it really depends on the setup and really depends on the levels. It's not. I don't have a straightforward answer. The market is always different, and really depends on the setup. But I try not to risk more than 1% of the account on a setup, not one single trade, but the whole setup. Okay, all the running trades at the same time. Also, the comments on strong versus weak movements, maybe price eating up stop support and resistance in movements, price pushing straight in that directional. Gil talk on the Discord talk about layering. Do you use that in your trading? Yeah, you have two different. You have weak movements in the market and strong movements in the market. Okay, so you can see this movement to the upside is a strong movement to the upside. You can see, I don't know, probably this push to the upside is a strong movement to the upside, relatively to the rest of the price action. And the other movements, like this one right here to the upside, or this one right here, that was a weak movement. So depending on how price is behaving when approaching the levels you want to be active, you want to be trading with more confirmation, less confirmation, more aggressive, less aggressive. And I do layer. You saw me layering. I just did it. You saw how I didn't trade, with 3 lots and at one entry point. Where is it? Right here, I placed, across the pullback, I placed three trades. So instead of entering one trade of 3 lots, I placed 3 1-lot trades. Okay, so that gives me flexibility in managing my trade. Same trade, 5-minute chart, but probably not going. Henry, yeah, good. You can trade your setup. You can execute your setup based on any time frame. I just do it on a 1-minute chart because the price action is clearer. But it's all good if you do it on any other time frame. There's no better or worse. So good, good to see you. First time watching this live. Okay, that's an important message. Okay, because if you're just coming in first time and you see me, explaining all these things and trading and entering and getting out and speaking about these concepts, might be a bit overwhelming. Okay, so stick around. Come next week. We will analyze a different trade. We will do, we'll go into different concepts, and slowly, hopefully, you can take some of these concepts and apply them to your trading. Okay. You can say I'm active on the on Euro USD. So let's see how many pips we did today. Let's go just for today. In pretty much this session. So we made 24 pips. Not bad. $24 pips. Now, when we started, like this impulse, let's see, like we started the session around these levels. So this movement, to the impulse that we were able to trade from when we started the session to now was around 30 pips. So of those 30 pips, we were able, through active management and scalping, we were able to pick 24 pips, 24 out of the 30 pips. So not bad at all. And you can see how as it's approaching a selling area, starting to slow down, you can see how this impulse or this push to the upside was stronger than current one. It's kind of starting to slow down. We might see, the rest of the day going into sideways movement, probably some pullbacks, because now it's going to be getting closer to hourly supplies from the past that we just spotted, there. So we have one supply area and one supply area. But at least bias has been established on the dailies, and that's something was very hard to establish back here. There wasn't a clear price action. Now today's movement confirms turn in the market, which is good. Okay. You mean layering supply and demand, demand area that is created after another demand area. Yeah, I use that concept as well. Do you always draw levels in 1 hour and trade on 1 minute? Yeah, so I take my bias from the dailies. I draw my levels on the hourlies, and then I look for setups on the 5-minute chart, and I execute on a 1-minute chart. And the tool that I use is just the depth of market. You can directly from here, nothing fancy. So here you can set your lots and your take profit, your stop loss as well, and then just execute quickly. Okay, guys, I don't know any other question. I think the market is slowing down a little bit. Not sure if it's going to give us some. Well, gold looks good. Fernando, so I just said, like, from I don't really look at the weeklies, but my analysis starts on the dailies. So I understand what's happening on the dailies. You know what the big money is trying to do, and then I try to from there I get my bias, and then I go to lower time frames. Yeah, and it's getting to a nice supply area. Yes, from the hourlies. Let's try if we can try to define that. Okay, we have. Let's go back. Okay, so we have this supply area. We could try to go, like, ideally going into lower time frames, like probably the 15-minute chart, and trying to define even more that that supply area. Okay, so we have the breaking to the downside. That will be a good area, and then we have that. So we have the break to the downside, and then we have the top of the area, just pretty much what we marked. And on the upper one, we have that one. That's a very nice one. And then the upper one, which is up here. So now it's just a matter of seeing how price reacts when it goes to those areas. But right now it's coming from a very strong demand. So at least this bottom supply area, or the bottom part of the supply area, I think is what's going to the market an opportunity to turn, to pull back. And you can see how precise, it just touched the line and reacted. Okay, it's at the pip. So it's going to give that pullback, and then just because of the strong demand is coming from, I think we'll be able to break that supply. So I'll just take those reactions to the supply as a pullback to try to get into more long positions. Jay, yeah, this is recorded and then it uploads to our YouTube channel. Okay, guys, I think we'll wrap up. It was a fun session. we always come and no volatility, no volume, not a lot of opportunities. But today, suddenly we had a nice volatility session. So hope we understood. I was going to explain more of the techniques into the 1 minute chart, but then we just have this opportunity to be active and trade. But hopefully you saw a demonstration of how to manage trades on 1 minute charts, taking the bias from the dailies, then when finding the setup, finding the areas where you want to be active trades on 1 minute chart, and not going into full lot size, but breaking your trades into different positions so you can be more flexible. And just a matter of practice, of course. So hope you enjoyed. Thank you, guys. Thanks for coming. Thanks for staying, and see you next week. Bye, guys.
Hi guys, so thank you very much for watching the video. Now make sure you like and subscribe, and most of all go into the YouTube and check our other content that we provide here at The 5ers. We'll see you in the next one.